Reddit asked the men, what red flag did you willfully ignore that ended up costing you big time? Okay. This is a masterclass in self-destruction.
Ask Reddit, but every answer gets worse.
On our first date, she was incredibly rude to the waiter, snapping her fingers and calling him garçon, ironically. I thought, she's just having a bad day. 6 months later, she accidentally donated my entire PlayStation 5 to a charity that turned out to be her brother's pawn shop.
The waiter test. This is Red Flags 101, people. It's the first chapter in the book of how not to date a sociopath. How someone treats service staff is a direct reflection of their soul, and you saw a black hole dressed in Zara and chose to ignore it. You thought she was having a bad day? No, she was showing you her final form on day 1. That PS5 didn't get donated. It was a sacrifice to the god of bad decisions, and you're the one who built the altar.
Her ex-boyfriend was still her roommate. She swore it was purely for financial reasons. I ignored the red flag. I came over one day and they were wearing matching, custom-made onesies with each other's faces on them. My face was not on a onesie.
Matching onesies with their faces on them? That's not a red flag, my guy. That is a goddamn uniform for a 2-person cult that you are not a member of. They have achieved a level of codependent, passive-aggressive intimacy that you can only dream of. You're not just the third wheel. You are a temporary guest in their house, living in their world, governed by their onesie-based laws. You thought it was for financial reasons? The only thing financial about that is that they're saving money by sharing one single, massive, soul-crushing red flag.
I noticed she collected all the hair I shed, from the shower drain, my hairbrush, everywhere. She said she was making something. I thought it was a joke. I found it under her bed. It was a small, human-shaped doll made entirely of my hair, with button eyes. She called him Little Brad. Okay, no. We have officially left the realm of bad relationships and have entered a Blumhouse horror movie. She wasn't making something. She was crafting a voodoo effigy out of your own genetic material from the shower drain. That's not just hair. That's soap scum and regret woven into a tiny, terrifying homunculus named Little Brad. What was she planning on doing with it? You didn't just dodge a red flag, my friend. You narrowly escaped being the star of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, The Ballad of Little Brad. She told me her cat, Mittens, was a gifted financial advisor. She'd ask him questions and interpret his meows as stock tips. I thought it was a cute quirk. I let her invest $2,000 of my money based on Mittens' advice. Mittens advised us to go all in on a company that sold designer catnip. It went bankrupt a week later.
You listened to the cat? You took 2,000 actual human dollars and handed them over to a financial advisor whose primary investment strategy is napping in a sunbeam. This isn't Wall Street, it's a goddamn litter box, and you just got fleeced by the feline equivalent of Bernie Madoff. That cat didn't give you stock tips, it coughed up a hairball of financial ruin. You weren't investing, you were paying for the world's most expensive and least effective psychic reading from an animal that licks its own ass.
She said our relationship had toxic financial energy. The only way to cleanse it was a ritual. I had to bury my laptop, my watch, and my wallet in the soil of Mother Earth for 24 hours. She promised the earth would purify them. When I came back the next day, the hole was empty.
She was gone. All that was left was a single tarot card. The Fool.
She left the Fool card. It wasn't a ritual. It was a performance review of your entire life. She didn't just steal your laptop. She stole your dignity and replaced it with a laminated picture of your own stupidity. Mother Earth didn't cleanse your toxic energy. She foreclosed on your soul. These weren't red flags. These were air raid sirens during an apocalypse. My therapist is going to need a therapist. Subscribe before you take financial advice from a cat.